So here the question is asking what graphing this function here. So this function that we see here, this looks like a vertex form y equals to a brackets x minus h whole squared plus k. So if every single time if they're asking what graphing the vertex form of a quadratics, I just need to find out the vertex here. Now remember the vertex is gonna be the h and the k value. So what's the h and the k value right now? Let's compare. So here in the brackets here, it's x minus h in the formula. So we are saying x plus 1. So remember that here, if you whenever you're finding the h value, looks like a positive one, but it's actually negative one here. So the h is negative 1. What about the k? K is positive 3 here. Now k is just the positive 3. Okay, it's only for the h we always change the sign. Like if the equation looks something like this here, let's say 3 brackets x minus 2 whole squared plus 1. So if we want to compare our equation with x minus h plus to the whole power 2 plus k here, now see that the h is always in the brackets here, so we see it looks like a negative 2, but it's actually positive 2 here. And here for the h, it looks like a positive 1, but it's actually negative 1. That's the h value here. The h is negative 1. And what about the k? Positive 3. And see here, the k is positive 1, so that's positive 1. If I change the sign for the k, if I say the, like let's say this is like negative 1, so k is still negative 1. So whatever the sign that you see with the k, that is the actual sign of the k. But for the h only, we always flip that sign. Okay, now we just got to know what's gonna be the vertex here. We always going to write down the h value first and then the k value. So h is negative 1 and then the k. So we got the vertex here. So we can plot this point right now. Let's see. So h is negative 1, y is gonna be, the k is 3 here. So remember the h is basically the x value and k, the 3 is gonna be the y value. The k is the y. Let's see. So this is where the x is negative 1. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the y here is 3 here. So we're going to plot the point. See at this point here, the x is negative 1 and the y is 3. But that is just the vertex here. We also need to find the other points on the graph. Now the step pattern is actually going to help us in doing so. So first of all, what does the step pattern looks like here? So step pattern says here it's gonna be a multiplies by 1, 3, 5, so on. So we just need to plug in the a value in here. So let's see what is the a value right now. In the equation, a is always in front of the bracket, so we see the a is negative 2 here. So this negative 2 here is going to multiply with everything into the bracket. So negative 2 multiplies by 1, that's negative 2. Negative 2 times the 3, that's going to be negative 6. Negative 2 times the positive 5, that's going to be negative 10. Negative 10. Now, so we can write all of that as a fraction here. Just put the denominator as a 1 for all of that here. Now, each of them are looking like rise over run. So remember that here for the rise and for the run here, rise means going up and down. So if it's positive, we go up. If it's negative, we go down. And run, if it's positive, we go to the right. If the run is negative, we go to the left. So see the very first one here, negative 2 over 1. The top is the rise, the bottom is the run here. So since the rise is negative, so we go down by 2 units because it's a number 2. And the run is positive here. That means we're going to go right by 1. So going down by 2 units and moving right by 1. That's going to tell me after the vertex, we just need to go down by 2 units, moving right by 1. We will get the another point on the graph here. Let's do it. So from the vertex here, this one, we will go down by 2 units. So 1, 2, and move right by 1. So we're going to plot the point. See the next one. The next one says negative 6 over 1. So same, the top is the rise, the bottom is the run here. So whenever the rise is positive, we go up. If it's negative, we go down. So right now this is the rise here. It's a negative, so we go down because it's a 6 here. So go down by 6 units. And the bottom here is the 1. That is the run here. So moving to the, if ever the run is positive, we go to the right, so right by 1. So go down by 6 units and move right by 1. So let's see. So from the point we just plotted here, this one, we go down by 6 units. Let's see. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. moving right by 1. Here we plotted the point. Now see the next one. The next one is negative 10 over 1 here, because 10 is really higher number here. So we can just skip that here. We actually have enough points to see the shape of the graph. Remember, the parabolas are always a U-shaped graph here. But we also need to get the other points on the graph here. How to do that here? Okay, so remember, where you see the vertex, we need to draw the dotted line wherever you see the vertex. We're just gonna draw the dotted line right through the vertex here. This one. Now, what are we gonna do here is we're going to just reflect all of these points over this line. See, this point is 1 unit away from the dotted line. So 1 unit away from the dotted line on the other side, we're gonna plot the point like this. See, this point is 2 units away from the dotted line. So from the dotted line, 2 units away on the other side, we're gonna plot the point. So here we just reflected the points here, and we see the shape of the graph right now. So we are just going to draw the graph here, draw that here, passing through all of these points here. Let's see. Same thing over there. Oops. So that's the way to graph it. Let's see. Now next part here is gonna be, let me fix that too. Passing right through this point. Okay, let's see. Something like this. Should be a smooth graph. Okay, that makes sense now. Okay, this is basically the graph of the parabola here. B part is asking, it says evaluate f of negative 3. How to do that here? Take up the function here. So this is the function f of x is equals to negative 2 brackets x plus 1 whole square plus the 3. So right now here they are saying f of negative 3. So f of negative 3. Let's see. So how to solve that here? It's like x is just replaced by negative 3. So all over in the equation, wherever you see the x, it's gonna be negative 3. So this negative 2 stays the same. X will be negative 3 plus 1 whole square plus 3. So everything is just same here. We're replacing the x with negative 3, and now time to simplify. How we can simplify this here? See, negative 2, whenever you're going to simplify any expression like this here, we always follow the BEDMAS. Okay, the BEDMAS tells us here solving the bracket. So whatever is in the bracket first, so B is the bracket. So whatever is in the bracket, we're going to solve that first. Let's see. So negative 3 plus 1, we need to solve that here. Negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2. Then there is square on that plus 3. So done with the brackets. Now time to solve the exponent here. So this part here is the exponent. We're going to solve this one now. Negative 2. Negative 2 square means negative 2 times negative 2. That's positive 4. Then plus 3. Next up says divide or multiply whatever comes first. So it's a multiplying right now. These two are multiplying. Negative 2 times the 4 here. That's gonna be negative 8. Then there is a plus 3. And finally, add or subtract whatever comes first. So this is negative 8 plus 3. That will be negative 5. So what does it says here? When the f of negative 3, y is gonna be negative 5. Okay, so when the x is negative 3, the y will be negative 5. So that's the answer we got from the first part here, the B part here. We are done with that. The C part is asking, it says what does f of negative 3 represents on the graph of the f here? What does the f of negative 3 here is? This is representing the y value actually. Okay, so x is negative 3. So on the graph here, so when the x is negative 3, see here the x negative 1, this is the x axis here, and that one here is the y axis. So all of that here are the x values. So there the x is negative 1, here the x is negative 2, and here the x is negative 3. So when the x is negative 3, I need to find out what is gonna be the y value here. See here the y is negative 1, here the y is negative 2, here the y is negative 3, here the y is negative 4, here the y is negative 5. We see that here right at this point, what is the y value? Negative 5. So when the x is negative 3, y is negative 5. This is what we also got it using the function here. So what does it says what does f of negative 3 represents on the graph here? It's representing y value on the graph. This is the point here. So when the x is negative 3, y will be negative 5. Now, the D part says here, it says use the equation to determine f of negative 3 and negative 1 minus f of 0. Let's do it. So I just need to erase first of all this part here. Don't have enough space on the on the page here. Let's see. Okay, this is the first part. We need to solve that here. So what does it says? F of 1 minus f of 0. How to do that here now? First thing here is I don't know first of all what is f of 1 and what is f of 0. So using this function here, we're going to find what is f of 1. Let's see. So f of x, that's the function given to us here, negative 2 brackets x plus 1 whole squared plus 3. Now we are solving f of 1 first, this one. So replacing the x1 right into the equation, so negative 2, x will be 1 here, plus 1 whole square plus 3. Again, because we have to simplify this, so we're going to follow the same thing, solving the brackets first. So negative 2, 1 plus 1, that's a 2 here, then square on that, plus 3. Now solving the exponent here, so 2 square will be 4, so negative 2 times the 4 plus the 3. Next up, divide or multiply whatever comes first. Let's solve that here. So negative 2 times 4, that's gonna be negative 8 plus 3. Now finally just adding them up here, negative 8 plus 3 is gonna be negative 5. So when the f of 1, when the x is 1, y will be negative 5. Okay, next up, solving the f of 0. How to do that here? See, f of x function is negative 2 brackets x plus 1 whole squared plus 3. Oops, no bracket there. Okay, we are solving f of 0 here. So x replaced by 0. So all over in the equation, we're going to replace the x 0. So x is 0 plus 1 square plus 3. So negative 2 stays the same. 0 plus 1. Again, solving the brackets. 0 plus 1 is 1. Square on that plus 3. Now negative 2 stays the same. Again, solving the exponent here. 1 square is 1 plus 3. Multiplying first, negative 2 times 1 is negative 2, then plus 3. Now negative 2 plus 3, that's gonna be just the 1, so this is the f of 0. So in the question here, they're saying we need to solve this here, f of 1 minus f of 0. So first of all, what is f of 1? Negative 5. So replace the f of 1 with negative 5 minus what is f of 0? That is 1. And we can solve this. Negative 5 minus 1 is negative 6. So this is the answer. So for f of 1 minus f of 0, this will be negative 6. Solving this one. We are done with this part here. I hope you understand it. If there is any doubt, let me know. Now let's move on to the next second part here. Let's see how we're gonna solve that. I'm just gonna erase this part here. Let's see what they're saying in the next one. Alright, let's see. So right now they're saying 3 times f of 2. But the thing is, I don't know what is the f of 2. So let's solve that here. F of 2. So the x is gonna replace by the 2 here. So wherever you see the x, it's gonna be 2. So it's a negative 2 brackets. X will be 2 plus 1 squared plus 3. Again, to simplify this here, we have to use the BIDMAS. So b first here, that's solving the brackets. Negative 2 stays the same, then plus 3 square. So solving this brackets here, so everything in the bracket we're gonna solve. 2 plus 1 is 3. Done with that. Now solving the exponent. So this is the exponent right over the 3 square. We're gonna solve that. Negative 2, what is 3 square? That's 9 plus 3. Then next is divide or multiply whatever comes first. These two are multiplying. So let's multiply negative 2 times 9. That's negative 18 plus 3. And finally, add or subtract whatever comes first. So negative 18 plus 3 is negative 15. But the question is asking about, we need to solve that 3, then f of 2 minus 5. Remember that here, this is 3 times f of 2. I know what is the f of 2 is. We just got that here, right? This was the f of 2 we just got in here. So f of 2 is negative 15. So it's a 3 times, what is the f of 2? That's negative 15 minus 5. 3 times negative 15, that's going to be negative 45. So that's going to be negative 45, then minus 5. Now negative 45 minus 5, that's going to be negative 50. So this is the answer. That means this one here will be equals to negative 50. Done with this. I hope you understand this one. Now, that's answer we got here. We are done with this part. Now the third part is left here. Let's see how we're gonna solve that here. Let's find out. So it was f of x was given here, negative 2 brackets x plus 1 whole squared plus 3. Okay, so the question was asking about the third part is f of 2 minus x. Okay, so how to solve that? Now see, this whole x here is replaced by 2 minus x. So we're going to follow that here. So wherever you see the x, we can replace that with 2 minus x. So we have negative 2. Then the x plus 1. So instead of writing the x, we can write 2 minus x here. Then there is a plus 1 whole square plus 3. Okay, so negative 2 stays the same. We can simplify the brackets here. So positive 2 plus 1, that's going to be positive 3. Then negative x plus 3. Now, because we need to simplify that here, how we can simplify this one. So the brackets right now here, we see the 3 minus x, this one here. So we're going to expand that first. So this is 3 minus x the whole squared. So we can write that as 3 minus x times 3 minus x. So when you do 3 minus x times 3 minus x, that will be 3 minus x whole squared. Like if I say x squared, that means x times x. If I say 3 minus x whole square, it means 3 minus x times 3 minus x. We're going to do the FOIL here. So this 3 here is going to multiply into the bracket. Everything into the next bracket. 3 multiplies by 3, then 3 multiplies by negative x. 3 times 3 is 9. Positive 3 times negative x will be negative 3x. Next up, negative x multiplies everything into the bracket. Negative x times 3, then negative x times negative x. Negative x times the positive 3 will be negative 3x. The negative x times negative x, that's positive x squared. Okay, these two are, we can simplify. So 9 stays the same. Negative 3x minus 3x, that's going to be negative 6x. Then plus x squared. How I got negative 6x? Because these two are the like terms. How to solve the like terms? We leave the variable as it is and just solve their coefficient. So negative 3 minus 3 is negative 6. So this is something we got here for 3 minus x whole squared. So we expanded that and simplified it. So we have negative 2 already here. So we expanded this part here. We got this 9 minus 6x plus x squared. Then there is a plus 3. Now see, this negative 2 is multiplying by everything into the bracket. So that's going to multiply over there. See, negative 2 times the positive 9 is negative 18. Negative 2 times this negative 6x, that's going to be positive 12x. The negative 2 times this positive x squared will be negative 2x squared. Then there is a plus 3. Now solving the like term, so negative 2x squared doesn't have any like term, so leave that as it is. The positive 12x doesn't have any like term, so we can leave it as it is. Negative 18 plus 3 here, that's gonna be negative 15. This is all we can simplify. We can't solve further than that here, so this is all gonna be the answer to this question. So we are done with this one. Okay, we can't solve that here because the x was replaced by 2 minus x, so these are not the like terms, so we can't solve further than that here. So this is the answer. I hope you understand it. If there is anything that you don't understand, let me know.